is up, everybody? Welcome back to the First Down, hosted by me, Christian Plays, and Playmaker Gaming. And today we have a very special guest. Brent plays Madden. Say what's up.
What's up? Hey, thanks for having me on the channel, guys. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alrighty. So we're gonna go ahead and start off by talking about the Giants. So the first question we have is, how do you think Daniel Jones will do next season?
Well, this is probably the biggest question of the season. Daniel Jones, he's just gotten all these new weapons, right? He's got Galladay now, Kyle Rudolph, Kadarius Toney, and he has Saquon Barkley back. This is like a make or break season for him. If he's trash, we're getting rid of him and drafting somebody else. If he's good, which I think he'll be decent. I don't want to give out the record prediction yet, but I think he'll be decent. He'll have less fumbles, less turnovers, still a bit, but he'll be all right, middle of the pack.
Yeah, all right, yeah, for sure, yeah. All right, so next question we have, how good do you think Saquon will be coming off injury? Do you think he will be better than he was, like, in his rookie season, about the same? What do you think?
I think he'll be not as good as he was in his rookie season, but I think he'll be better than he was at the beginning of last year. So if you guys saw last year, before he got hurt, he had like less than 2 yards per carry on all of his carries. I think he'll be better than that. I think he'll still be a top 10 running back in the league. I'm not sure if I would put him top 5, though. We still have to see how his injury affected him. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard injury to come back from, for sure. All right, so next question we have, Playmaker suggested this one. This is the question. Do you think Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer?
Okay. And now I'm biased. I know that. Okay, I get that. But let's face it. Him in the regular season, pretty trash. Like, except for a couple seasons, pretty trash. But him in the playoffs, like, absolute god tier. If he makes the playoffs, he goes on a run. Besides that 1 year, we don't talk about that. But 2 playoff runs with like 4 and 5 seeds. Make the Super Bowl against Tom Brady, beat him, including the 18-0 Patriots. I think that's worthy of a Hall of Fame. I think it is. I think that, when it's time to induct him, it's going to be like 50-50, Some people are going to be like, nah, he didn't do anything. Other people will be like, but he beat Brady twice. Who else did that?
But I don't know. I mean, Eli was just good for those 2 games. He wasn't really consistent in his career, but I do get he broke the perfect season.
Games. It's those 2 playoff runs. It's more than just 2 games.
Yeah, so honestly, I wouldn't get mad. I wouldn't get mad at it.
He beat Brett Favre, in the playoffs, I mean...
Yeah, no, I mean, I personally wouldn't put him in, but if they did, I wouldn't get mad. I'd be like, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely a 50-50 in my opinion.
He has a strong case. Let's say that. He has a strong case, and he'll make it over a quarterback like Fitzpatrick or something,
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, Christian.
No, he's Fitzpatrick, definitely not a Hall of Famer. But, alrighty, next question we have, who, in your opinion, do you think is the greatest player to ever play for the Giants?
This is a tough question because I have what's called recency bias. So I love Eli Manning, but as much as I love him, I know he's probably not the best to play for the Giants. If I'm being honest, I think it's Lawrence Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to watch him much, but I watched highlights. I've seen tapes. He was a god. All right, he was a god when he was with the Giants. I believe they won a bunch of Super Bowls with him in like the 80s and 90s. So I say it's probably Lawrence Taylor. I don't know what you think, but
yeah, I definitely agree for sure. I think he's probably the best defensive player of all time. So, but all right.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely the best Giant. I don't know about best defensive player of all time, but...
All right. Next question we have. So what grade would you give the Giants free agency and draft? Like, them combined together.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Not just the draft, but also free agency. And I want to explain why first, but I'll say A minus because, all right, the one thing we didn't get was offensive line, and I get it if we think we can develop who we have now. But what we did get, we got Kenny Galladay in free agency. We got Adoree Jackson. We re-signed Leonard Williams. We drafted Kadarius Toney. Now that's more of like I think it's going to be more of a special teams kind of thing, maybe a little bit on offense. But the bigger part of that was we traded back and got a first-round pick for next year, too. We also got Azeez Ojulari in the second round. He can be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we had a productive offseason, you know. Basically, getting Saquon back. Oh, we also got Kyle Rudolph, and I know he's not as good now, but he's a veteran. So maybe he'll be able to help drop a lot Ingram. So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then last question we have for the Giants here: what is your Giants record prediction for the next season?
Okay. So, and are we doing 17-game season? Is that what we're?
Yeah.
Okay. 17-game season. So I'm high on the Giants. I think their defense was great last year, and I don't really think they lost anybody. And they even added to it with Azeez Ojulari, Adoree Jackson, and like Aaron Robinson, Ellerson Smith. So I think they added to the defense. The offense was missing some weapons, but they got Saquon back because they only had him like 2 games. And I'm not going to state my case, but basically, I'm thinking 10-7, maybe 9-8, but I'm going 10-7. I think this is a 10-win team. I think it's it's down to either the Giants or the football team for the division. If you say Cowboys, you don't know what you're talking about because a rookie can't control that defense. It's so bad.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know about 10 wins. Yeah, I'll say 9-8 is definitely a good prediction for y'all.
Yeah, I can see 9-8, but honestly, I can see 10-7.
I don't know with Daniel Jones. I don't know if I can see y'all winning 10 games. Like, I don't know if it's possible.
One thing I want to say is, if we have a bad season and then draft Spencer Rattler, I would be totally fine with it. Because if we were able to trade our 2 first-round picks, trade up for Spencer Rattler from Oklahoma, I want him so badly.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be happy with that.
All right, well, that is going to wrap up the Giants section. So, Playmaker, you can go ahead and take it away.
Alrighty, so Brent, I know you're a diehard Knicks fan, so let's get into this last season, and then we'll work our way through the history of the Knicks. So, this last year, Julius Randle wins Most Improved Player, and Coach Thibodeau wins Coach of the Year. So, I need a record prediction for how the Knicks will do next year at the moment, because we don't know about free agency and all that stuff, but like at the moment with the current squad, how do they do in the East next year?
With the current team that they have, if they don't make any moves, which I don't think it's possible. I think they will make moves. But if they keep the same team, they have Derrick Rose for the whole season rather than for part of it. These guys, RJ had, been reaching his full potential, I guess. Maybe he has even more. Frank, I forget how to say his name, but Nitil.
Yeah,
I can't say his name.
Yeah,
but if we develop him on defense more, we can definitely do something. I think we get more wins than we had this year, but not by much if we keep the same squad. So I would think maybe 44-40 or something like that.
Okay, that's a fair prediction. Yeah, that's fair.
But I do think we'll make a splash in free agency. So.
Yeah, so at the top of your list, like if you could have one free agent, regardless of salary cap, join the Knicks to try to win a championship, who would it be this next year?
Are we talking like free agent, or are we talking like potential trade targets? Like, and I'm not saying that. Okay, free agent, because I want to trade the game so badly, but if we're talking free agents. I mean, obviously Kawhi's at the top of the list. I really like Chris Paul, but I don't see how he leaves the Suns after this championship run. And they're probably going to win it. So I really don't see how he leaves the Suns as much as I would want. So Kawhi is at the top of my list. I like Chris Paul. The Knicks, what they really need is a big. And I was kind of looking at bigs, and I don't know. I didn't really see many. Um, my friend was saying we should like try to get Andre Drummond, and I was like, I don't know. Maybe Mitchell Robinson would come back. I'm not sure. Obviously, Kawhi. I've heard a lot of rumors about Kelly Oubre, but I don't know. I don't really like him that much. There was one guy. I forget his name. I'm blanking on him. There was one guy who I really liked. I was like, if we get this guy, I'll be happy. I don't remember who it is, but it's one of the bigs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. So let me go back a couple years. The summer of 2019. A lot of people were saying the Knicks would get Zion, Kyrie, and KD all in the same offseason. How did you feel like when your guys' like chance of getting all three just deteriorated and crumbled in front of your guys' face?
Well, it was awful. Okay, terrible. Like this franchise has suffered enough, and not to mention when we had I just want to mention, a couple years ago we had a chance at the #1 pick. Just like two other teams did. The bottom three teams had the best chance. We got like the 8th pick or something. Anyways, okay. Hated it. All right. It was horrible. But you know what? I mean, I'm used to this. I'm a fan of a bunch of teams that are not so good historically, like the New York Knicks, the New York Mets, who are actually good this year, which is awesome, but usually are not. Even the Giants have had their, bad years. So, I get it. I know why they don't want to come to us. Maybe now they do, but I don't know. It was heartbreaking. You see all these free agents that are like, oh, they could come to the Madison Square Garden. Maybe I'll get a Durant jersey. Nope, not happening.
It's tough. And then one more question about the current team. What do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on Obi Toppin? Like, how's he gonna do? How did he play this last year? Just everything about him.
Well, at the beginning of the season, I'm not gonna lie, he was awful. He was terrible. But as the season went on, later on in the season, even in the playoffs, we got him in a bit. Obi started to play better. He's developing just like RJ. I know he's not in the same draft. Him and Quickly were in the same draft. So I'd say if we were to go back in the draft, I'd take somebody else. But you know what? He's developing. He'll be. I don't think he'll be great anytime, but he can be a solid role player. Reserve off the bench. I do think we should try to involve him in a trade with a different team. Try to get somebody better. Like I saw him maybe in potential Dame trades, but we'll see. I definitely like him. I like Quickly a lot better, though. I'll say that.
Quickly, yeah, he's good. He's good.
He seemed to come in clutch a lot, so I like him a lot. He's young, from Kentucky, as are most Knicks players. So.
Alrighty, and then last question for the Knicks: if you had to give your top 5 your favorite / best players of the Knicks all time, in no particular order, who would they be?
Okay, well, I wasn't really, I wasn't really alive for the E-Wing, I can't believe I mispronounced. But I wasn't alive for the past Knicks. But when I was growing up, I really liked Melo, even though he was sort of ball hog. I liked him.
Yeah.
I liked. This might surprise people, but I like Ron Baker a lot. He would always come off the bench at 3 threes and then just go back. He was cool. Who else? Oh yeah. Well, obviously I like Julius Randle. Of course. Of course. I liked Porzingis before we traded him. Him too.
Yeah.
And, there's so many guys. I guess I gotta go with my boy Jeremy. That was So that I guess rounds up my top 5.
Yeah, it's a pretty good list. and then we'll go back to Christian for the next topic.
Alrighty, so we're gonna be going with by each division. All three of us are gonna give our prediction of who we think is gonna win each division. So we'll go in the order of Brent, Plemiker, and me. So the first division we'll start off with, we'll go with the AFC North. So Brent, you can go and start off. Who do you think is gonna win that division?
The AFC North.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting start. The AFC North. I'm just gonna say it now. Bengals are out. I'm sorry. Joe Burrow's great, but that team's just not good. If I had to choose one, Steelers are close. I don't think they're winning it. It's up to the Ravens or the Browns. I'm gonna go with Browns. I think it's close though between the Ravens, Browns, even the Steelers. I'm gonna go Browns. Are we saying a record or?
No, we can just go with who we think is gonna win the division. Alrighty.
I'm saying Cleveland Browns.
Alrighty. Alright, Plemiker, what do you got?
For the AFC North, I mean, you got a pretty solid division. I'm going to go with Baltimore, probably. And you said give the record prediction or no?
Nah, you don't have
No.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'll give a prediction anyway. I'll say they go 12-5 and win the division. But, yeah, just with Lamar and the run game. They finally drafted receivers for the first time in a while. They also added Sammy Watkins. Defense is still pretty solid. So.
I think Cleveland's getting 13-4 though. That's what I think. And Lamar, as good as he is, I mean, he doesn't have the arm strength. You know, I think that's the reason he hasn't gone anywhere in the playoffs really. Maybe he has the arm strength, but he's not like as accurate as some other quarterbacks. And we were having that Tannehill, Lamar debate, you know, in the comments and all that. You know, on one of my community polls because mobile's like so biased. Tannehill's better.
No.
Anyways, that's just that's not what we're talking about here.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and give my prediction. I think it's gonna be the Ravens. You know, I think the Browns are good, but I don't know about Baker Mayfield yet. I think he's a solid quarterback, but I don't know if he can, you know, lead them to the division title. We can give our record prediction since we've already done it, so I'll give them. I'm gonna say the Ravens go 13-4. I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty, so next division, we can go and do the AFC East here. So Brent, you can go and start it off.
Ooh, the AFC East. Okay. Again, I'm just gonna say sorry, Jets fans. You know, you're not getting more than 6 wins. Okay. We're down to 3 teams. I think the Patriots are hyped up a lot. They got a lot of free agents, but I don't trust their quarterback situation, at least not this year. Like, Cam Newton's not getting them to the playoffs, and Mac Jones is just, I don't know. I don't trust him yet. I really think it's down to the Finns and the Bills Mafia. And, I don't know. It's tough. Definitely a tough call. I think Buffalo wins it at 13-4. I do think, though, Miami's so close at 12-5. Dolphins could win it, but I'm going to go with the Bills here.
Okay. All right, Playmaker.
I think the Patriots are going to be like 9-8 or 8-9. So.
Okay.
I think the Dolphins are better than the Bills. Keeping it real with you, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I don't know. Bills they're good, but they kind of stayed around stagnant what they were, and the Dolphins got a lot better. Like they got a lot better with Tua coming into his second year. So
and they got Will Fuller too.
Yeah, they really added a lot of weapons on offense and defense. So I'll go with Miami. I do think, obviously, as a Patriots fan, I'm optimistic that we could shock the world and win the division. But I still think we make the playoffs, but not win the division.
No, not a chance.
I'll say Miami goes like probably right around 12-5. Yeah, 11-6.
All right. Yeah, it's definitely between.
Wait. You think the Bills are getting less than 12 or 11 wins?
I have them at around 10 wins based on their schedule.
For real?
Yeah, I mean I could be wrong. Yeah, I could see like even 13, but just my personal prediction, yeah, 10.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely think it's between the Bills and Dolphins, and honestly, I think I gotta go with the Dolphins here. You know, they did get a lot better. Bills didn't really make any moves at all. They had about the same roster they had last year. So I'll say Dolphins go. I'll say they go 12-5. All right.
It's good to know that we all had the Dolphins at 12-5. It's just that I had the Bills at 13-4, and you guys had them at like 10-7. So.
Yeah. All
That's
right.
interesting to see.
All right. Next division, we're gonna go ahead and go to the AFC South here. So.
Okay. The AFC South is interesting. So the Texans probably the worst team in the league. Jaguars are better, but they're still not 500 team. You know, they're not a good team. It's really down to the Colts and Titans. I think we all knew this. And if I had to choose one, it's tough because the Titans got Julio, but they've got like no defense. And then the Colts have a solid team all around. Not to mention their awesome defense. But their quarterback is Carson Wentz. So I always have. I've been having trouble. I've been having a hard time picking this division winner. I think I'm gonna go with the Titans, even though their defense is trash. Because, and this may be me being a biased Giants fan against Carson Wentz, who was on the Eagles last year, but he looked terrible. Like he looked horrible last year. So I'm gonna have to go with the Titans at about 12-5, and I could see them getting 13, but I'm going to go with 12-5, and I actually think the Colts get like 10-7 because Carson Wentz sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually agree with what Brent was saying. Definitely down to Indianapolis and Tennessee. And I know Tennessee might be the, kind of the sexy pick, you could call it, but I'm going to go Indianapolis because I know Wentz didn't play well last year, but he's still a good quarterback. He's an average quarterback. He's not bad.
Wow.
Did I stutter?
Sorry, you're making me choke.
Oh, no homo. No homo, bro. Wow, sheesh.
Oh.
All right.
Sorry.
Gotcha. Well,
okay.
And, obviously Derrick Henry, they have a better run game in Tennessee and they have a better pass game, but Indianapolis also has Quentin Nelson and that O-line and their defense with Darius Leonard and all of them on the D-line. They're going to be really good, and they're just a consistent team with probably I like Mike Vrabel, but I think Frank Reich is a little bit of a better coach, so I'll go Indianapolis.
And they drafted, they got Kwity Paye from the D-line now, so.
Yeah, and he was a steal at where they got him, so I think definitely they'll go 13-4.
Mm-hmm.
Really? With Carson Wentz? With Carson Wentz, they're 13-4.
Yeah.
So you hear yourself now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, it's definitely between the Colts and Titans.
Not get complicated,
All right. Yeah, definitely between the Colts and Titans. I don't know, that Titans offense is just really good. With Julio now there.
Wait, what? What? You don't think the Jags? You don't think the Jags have a chance?
Oh,
Alex is so sad. Okay.
Alright, so, yeah, I think between Titans and Colts, that Titans offense is just too dangerous. Adding a top 5 receiver in Julio, I think they will win the division. I'm gonna say they go. I'm gonna say they go 13-4. All right. So
respect.
We can move on to the AFC West here. So Brent, kick it off.
Okay. Well, obviously the Chiefs have no chance. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing. Okay. I think the worst team in this division is probably the Broncos. I'm sorry, Beast. I really am. Beast, Jabber, all you guys. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Drew Lock as your quarterback. You have no future. Anyways. Sorry, that was harsh. Okay, I meant he has no future. Okay, so the Chargers, I think, are third in that division. I think, maybe 7 or 8 wins. Not much more than that. Maybe 9 wins. I don't know. I like Herbert, but the team is just not good all around. The Raiders, they traded away so many of their offensive linemen and tried to make up for it in the draft by taking a, projected 3rd-round pick in the 1st round. So, I don't trust them either. I think Kansas City wins this by a landslide. I think they go 14-3. Raiders maybe go 9-8, so they win this division by 5 games. I don't think it's even close. The Chiefs could have won the Super Bowl, but they didn't have O-line. Now they signed some O-line. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's interesting hearing a guy whose team has Daniel Jones talk crap about Drew Lock, but okay.
Daniel Jones is so much better than Drew Lock. so much better, and he's not
I mean,
even
that's
good.
debatable. That's debatable.
I would say they're probably
Okay.
about the same level in
Yeah.
my opinion, but
There's Daniel Jones, then there's 100 piles of trash, and then there's
Ooh.
bro,
That's no mercy.
Drew Lock. So.
dang.
I
Alrighty,
think
but
Bridgewater's
going-
better. They're not going to start him, but
going into the actual question, AFC West, it's Kansas City's division to lose. It's not even close. Like LA is going to be good with Herbert in second year. I mean, the Las Vegas sucks. Denver is absolute trash. So I got to go Kansas City, and I actually have them going 15-2. So yeah, I got them winning the AFC and the AFC West.
yeah, I can see that too.
All right. Yep. Yeah, I think it's definitely the Chiefs.
I do think, however, they lose that one game to the Jets, but no, I'm not kidding. I think later on in the season, they don't need to win that game because they're making the playoffs. They're getting that first round bye, and Zach Wilson wants to show off his skills. I actually do think the Jets will win that game. But
All right. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be Chiefs, you know. I think they could possibly go undefeated, but they're probably going to rest their starters for the last 1 or 2 games, so I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm honestly going to say they go 16-1 this year. I'm not going to lie. All right, so we can go ahead and move on to the NFC East here, you know. See how Brent could kick it off.
all right. The NFC East. Okay. Now, you guys know I'm biased, but I'm just going to say it out here. Eagles might want to take a nap for the whole season. Let's just say that. Same to you Cowboys fans. I mean, you got an offense, but your defense is like Daniel Jones, like half of Daniel Jones, okay? Just take that analogy. Take it where you want, but Dallas offense is probably the best in the division, but Dallas defense is like, well, it's like Drew Lock trying to play linebacker, okay? It's just not going to happen. So basically, it's down to either the team with no name or, you know, the New York Giants. So I'm going to say I hate to do this. I love my Giants. I really do. Giants 10-7, and I'm actually going to say football team 11-6. Christian, you're going to love that.
Yes, sir.
They don't have a quarterback either, but you know what? I trust Fitzmagic more than I do Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
and that's
for
me
sure.
being honest. So.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
All right. I got the football team winning the division 9-8. I mean, they're definitely the favorites to win the division, but it's always just been a bad division, right, record-wise. So 9-8.
9-8.
Yeah, probably win the division.
9-8. What?
Fitzpatrick is too inconsistent. Like every year, he starts off red hot, and then like he cools down, and then he gets super hot again. He's never like consistent the entire year. So that's
9-8 though. That's harsh. I mean, last year they didn't. They have one wide receiver. This year they got Curtis Samuel also. I mean,
And the Diamond Brown. All right.
I'm not trying to argue Christian case here, but
yeah, we'll see. But they definitely have a good. Obviously, their defense is amazing, and then their offense is really good as well. Again, it just comes down to Fitzpatrick if he can be consistent all year. If he's consistent all year, they go 12-5. But if not, then 9-8.
yeah, I think their defense is amazing. I think their offense is meh, but a meh offense, you know, an okay offense with a great defense can get you 10-11 wins in the division. So.
All right. So, yeah, I got football team. You know, I think it's between them and the Giants. I think football team at worst to go 9-8, but I got them going 11-6 here. You know, our offense is actually I think pretty underrated. You know, our receivers are pretty good in my opinion. Curtis Samuel put up 1,000 total yards last year. You know, Terry put up over 1,000 yards. We got Diamond Brown, who I wanted in the draft, and he's a speedster. Yeah, I got us going 11-6.
I really like Logan Thomas too.
Yeah,
I don't know if you do.
Yeah, I do.
I like him a lot. Like I would trade Ingram for him.
Yeah.
Throw in a bag of chips, of course.
Yeah, Logan Thomas is probably the most underrated tight end in the league right now.
Yeah.
But all right, let's go ahead and move on to the NFC North here. So let's go.
Wait. What do you have the Giants at? I'm just curious.
If we go 11-6, I got y'all at 9-8. You know.
All right, respect. I would put us at least 10, but 9's respectable.
Mm-hmm.
At least you don't do me like Playmaker did. I mean, what are you giving the Giants Playmaker? You giving them 6 or 7? I'll take those bets any day of the week.
They're going to go crazy, dude. No, I actually have them doing good this year. I have them going 7-10.
I'll put a couple hundo on that, just make easy money. I mean, if you have a football team hitting the division at 9-8, that means you have Giants at under 500, and I will put money on that. Like, you want to make a bet? I'll make a bet.
7-10. Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley will get hurt the first minute of the game. Kenny Galladay will get hurt. Freaking Evan Ingram's got butterfingers. GG.
Give Kyle Rudolph.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
DM me later. I'll make a bet with you. Okay.
Alright, let's move on to the NFC North here. So, Brent, you can go ahead and start it off.
Alright, NFC North. This is interesting because the Aaron Rodgers situation. Let me just say one thing now. Detroit had a good draft, but they're nowhere near playoff hopes. I mean, they have Jared Goff. Let's just say that. It's just not actually that bad, but, okay, they're nowhere near the playoffs. Chicago Bears, they're still, they have a new quarterback. They also have Andy Dalton, who they said was their starter. They're going to be splitting time. I hope they go 0-17 because the Giants have their first-round pick. I do think they're going to get, 7, and they're going 7-10 or something. And the Packers. Okay, the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, won't he play? I don't even think it matters if he plays. If he plays, they'll be good. If he doesn't, they probably won't be good. That's that. Even if he plays, I still think this Viking team is just too good. They have all the guys, pretty much all the guys they had last year, plus all those injured guys on the defense are coming back. I think Danielle Hunter's coming back too. They had a steal in Darisaw in the first round and got some more picks. I think this Viking teams get 13 wins, 13-4. Packers with Aaron Rodgers maybe go 12-5, and without him go 8-9.
Well, that's a bold prediction. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the Vikings win this division, and I don't think I'm alone in this prediction.
It's kind of crazy because I actually agree with Brent. I was going to say Vikings as well because,
See, Kristen, I
told
you.
Okay.
They're too good not to win the division.
One more thing. Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. I'm just going to leave that there. They had all those guys last year. They have them now. Justin Jefferson will probably get better, and their defense got so much better because all their injured guys are coming back. Okay, continue.
Okay. Yeah, so basically the offense is pretty stacked. They've even got Irv Smith Jr. out of Alabama. He's a young player at tight end. He'll be pretty good, even though Kyle Rudolph did leave. Kirk Cousins, he's definitely a good regular season quarterback. Even if they win, I know they're going to win the division, hopefully, but I don't think he'll do well in the playoffs, so they'll probably be a first-round exit. But they did also get a sneaky pickup in the offseason, and that was Patrick Peterson at cornerback. They addressed a need with Pat Pete, and they also addressed the front seven in the draft. So, that's definitely for their division to win, and I'll have them going 12-5, and then the Pack going 11-6.
Yeah, the Pat Pete, that was a great pickup. He's older, but he'll be good for a couple more years. Great pickup. It's win now mentality.
Alright, so,
or at least mentality, because they've had a disappointing, franchise, so.
I'm going with Packers, this is if Aaron Rodgers does play. If he doesn't play, then, I have Vikings for sure, but I don't know, I don't see them being much worse than they were last year if Aaron Rodgers plays. And I do think Justin Jefferson is probably going to have kind of a sophomore slump. I don't think he's going to have as good of a year as he had last year because that rookie season was just unheard of. I have Packers win the division. I have them going, honestly, I have them going 13-4.
You said sophomore slump? Okay.
Dang, Brent, you choking on, bro. You good?
Right, let's go ahead and
his words just surprised me.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on to the NFC South here.
Giants are the best.
This should be a no-brainer. So NFC South.
NFC South. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Saints lost Drew Brees. They're trash now. So, okay, Falcons are gonna be the worst in the division. Carolina has Sam Darnold. He'll be okay. He won't be the answer necessarily. They'll go like 500 or 8-9 or something. Saints. Jameis Winston apparently has been throwing darts in practice. I don't believe it. I mean, it's not true. Just don't believe the media. Don't believe what they tell you. Saints 9-8, and that's being optimistic for them. Buccaneers. They just won the Super Bowl. They're really good. But Brady knows he doesn't have to win 17 games to make the playoffs. So I'm going to go 13-4. I could see them winning like 15, 16 games. But I just think they don't need to. So they're going to win 13-4. Just like this year, they went 11-5. So.
Okay.
Yeah. If you say anybody but the Bucks, you might need to be drug tested on the spot. Like, just looking at their team, they're the best team in football. Like, they're better than Kansas City. They brought back all 22 starters.
You might be high if you did.
They brought back all 22 starters for a Super Bowl team the first time since 1979. Like, it's pretty rare to see that. They've got their offensive.
I think the Falcons might take that, though. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm messing.
But, bro, it's Brady. I'm never going to bet against Brady. I'm always going to have Brady winning the division. So I've got them. I looked at their schedule, and I see them losing one game. But I've got them going 16-1. Like, they could go, obviously, like 12-5 because, like what Brent said, like, they don't need to win those games. But I do think that they try hard and they go 16-1.
Yeah, I'm just going to make this short and sweet. Buccaneers are going to win by a landslide. I see them going probably 16-1. They're looking at their schedule. I think they're definitely going to go at least like 15-2. So, yeah, I'm going to say Buccaneers 16-1. Alrighty. So,
yeah, well, when I said 13-4, I'm talking 13-4, get a first-round bye and win the Super Bowl. Like, I'm picking them back-to-back. I'm not down on them when I say 13-4. I'm just saying they don't need to win those 4 games, so they're not gonna.
Alright, last division, NFC West. This is definitely the closest division in the NFL, so let's go and start off.
Yeah, everybody's going to have, like, a controversial pick here. Because if I'm being honest, you could probably pick any of these teams to win this division. Now, one of them, 2 of them might be a stretch, but you could definitely pick any of them. And I'm going to say at the bottom, I'm going to have the San Francisco 49ers. And I know they had a lot of injuries last year, but I still think they're going to have some more injuries. I think Kittle probably can't play more than 5-6 games without getting himself injured, maybe less. He's not going to stay on the field. They're not that same Super Bowl team that they had years ago, and they do have Trey Lance, but you got to develop him. So it's going to be interesting to see him play. Cardinals, I'm going to have at third. I think they're good. They're not great. They have some pieces. They don't have everything. The Seahawks, again, they're good. They're going to make the playoffs, probably the wild card. But they're missing something. I don't know what it is, but they're missing it. And that's why the Giants were able to, beat them last year. And that was the regular season. But, even in the playoffs, I picked the Rams over the Seahawks because, I like this Rams defense. Now that they have Stafford, I think they'll go 14-3. I think Stafford gets the MVP. And you guys could, you could call me crazy, but Stafford, he was so good at Detroit, and everybody overlooks it because Detroit was terrible. He was good, and he'll be good with Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and, Tyler Higbee, all these guys that they have. Rams 14-3, Seahawks, 12-5, Cardinals. And Cardinals, 10-7, and then 49ers, I'm going to say, 7-10 maybe. And the only reason I say 7-10 and not 8-9 or something is because you have to play everybody in the division twice, so that's 6 tough games for them, just like that. So.
All right.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth on the NFC West. I've literally, throughout this entire offseason, I've had the Seahawks, Niners, Rams, and Cardinals all winning the division. But at the moment, how I'm feeling, so I think the Cardinals are going to take the division, keeping it real with you guys. It comes down to coaching, obviously, but if you just look at the roster, Kyler, they just signed James Conner at running back, he's not great, obviously, but he's not like a scrub or anything like that. They have DeAndre Hopkins. They have Christian Kirk. They have AJ Green, who they signed as well. And AJ Green's not what he used to be, but he's still a solid receiver, kind of like Patrick Peterson is for the Vikings.
I think that AJ Green is kind of like a replacement for Larry Fitz in a way.
Yeah, I can see that.
Offense was good last year. The defense was good, but it didn't get them anywhere. Like, that's a solid team, but that's not a division-winning team. Like, you add Matthew Stafford to this offense that was already good. And you have this defense who was one of the best in the league last year. Like, I mean, you can't get better than that.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that as well, but also on defense, they had a very underrated sign. Like, I know they lost Pat Pete, but they also signed Malcolm Butler. Malcolm Butler's not what he used to be again, but he's still solid. He'll give you those minutes. They've got Budda Baker in the secondary. They've got Isaiah Simmons, who's a hybrid safety linebacker. They still got Another thing is, too, Chandler Jones missed the entire year last year because of injury. He's going to be back, and he's also got J.J. Watt, so they're going to be drawing double teams, and the pressure from the Cardinals D-line is going to be really good if J.J. Watt stays healthy. So that's why I got Cardinals going 13-4 and winning the division.
Wow.
Okay. All right, well, yeah, I think it's pretty close. In my opinion, it's between the Seahawks and the Rams, but personally, I got the Rams, Matt Stafford is definitely going to be MVP candidate. I don't know if he'll win it, but he's definitely going to be MVP candidate. He's definitely a top 10 quarterback. The Rams' defense is maybe the best in the league.
Yeah, he's going to be top 5 this year. He has better weapons.
I don't know, maybe.
Better team around him.
Yeah. I personally got the Rams going 13-4. I think that's a pretty good record prediction for him. So, that is all the divisions. That is going to wrap up this episode of the First Down. Shout out to Brent for coming on the podcast. Any last words, Brent?
So much. I just want to say, obviously, we all know the Giants are the best team in the league. But, I mean, if we happen to not win as many games as I thought this year, let's just take that as, a note to say, hey, let's draft a quarterback. Let's go 17-0 next year,
Facts.
Love you all, Jonathan.
Alrighty. Yep, that is that.
One more thing. All you Cowboys fans out there, go chill on the couch. Just take a nap. Same to you, please. Just take a nap. You're not going anywhere.
I'm ready to listen.
Alright, that is going to wrap up the episode. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and peace out.